You guys, I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm really sorry. Oh man. Well, Deal Friday story number 16 continue. You guys, part 2. Oh man. I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. So let's wait until we get somebody back on again so I can continue the story so we can wrap this up. Jin, your battery blow up. Man, dude, I'm so sorry, you guys. This is terrible. But anyways, Carlos, I'm back. Me too, I'm back. All right, you guys, let's try to wrap this up. So anyways, man, you guys, I'm so sorry. So anyways, you guys, so the agent came back and told me, because of, so he takes, obviously, he takes into considerations everything that is from, you know, hard money that he got to borrow, etc. So he came back and told me that he would be all in, ready to go at 350. So now I gotta go back and renegotiate with the seller and try to get him down to from 355. I'm sorry, from 355 down to 340. So I called the seller up, and this is what I said. Hey, Jay. So I called the seller up, and happy Friday, by the way. Called the seller up, and I said, hey, Al, you know, after after our partner went out there, look at the property, you know, it just seems like there's a lot more work than what we initially thought. You know, our inspector came back and said, hey, there's a lot more issue with the house that we needed to do for it to make this work for us. And I said, hey, you know what? You know, we still want to move forward and buy the property, but at that price, it just wouldn't make sense for us. You know, can we talk? Is there room for us to move? Or I'm saying, is there room for you to move on price a little bit so we can make this work and move forward and get this close for you? And he said, yeah, Kong, I mean, he said, over the phone, he said, yeah, Kong, you know, I can, but there's just not too much. You know, you know, so I said, well, how much lower do you think you'll be able to go for us to make this work? And he said, well, Kong, you know, I can go down a few $1,000 to help you guys out, but that's it. So I said, well, and so I book another appointment with him to go out there to see him, to talk with him in person, because he does seems like he's willing to work with us to get this deal done. So when we went out there, we initially talked. He said, Kong, I'm like, absolutely. So I came and sat down and I asked him, I said, Al, what's the, you know, I told him where we needed to be. I said, Al, we, you know, for this to work, and I started a little bit lower, and I said, we have to be at, you know, 335 for this to work for us. And he said, yeah, Colin, that's not going to work. You know, the lowest I'll be able to go on this is probably 345. And then, so I came back and I said, well, would you do 340? So now we're about $5,000 apart. And he said, yeah, Kong, no. He actually said, Kong, can I think about it? You know, he said, I want to think about it. That might be too low. You know, we started at 355. I'm already really going low already on this. You know, maybe I might just have to talk to my son and maybe, or you know, and maybe have him just take over the property. So out of nowhere, I said, Al, how about we do this? How about we play a game of pool? If, I said, how about we play a game of pool? I said, if you win, we'll do 345. But if I win, you do 340. And we can move forward, get this deal done for you so you can move on and, you know, go on to the next chapter of your life, get to do whatever you wanted to do. We'll take over. You don't have to worry about anything. And I said, you know, we can pretty much get this wrap up within the next 10 to 15 days for you, so you don't have to feel like you're starting all over again. So do you want to do that? And the seller said, Kong, you got a deal. So if you win, so he said, Kong, you got it. It's a deal. You guys, I have pictures of it. I can share with you guys. Believe it or not, when I share this story with my, with the agents, how I came back and renegotiates, he just kind of laughed. So we went there. So it was a game of pool. Best 2 out of 3. Boom. I whip his butt. I whip his butt. So 2 out of 3. But I was sweating, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, you know, so did a game of pool with him. I win. He giggled. So when I left with the renegotiating with the contract, everybody was happy. He smiled. I smiled. And we had a good time. And the key thing is, you guys, is about building rapport and relationship with the seller, if you can. So I left, got the contract, came back, signed the assignment, signed the assignment agreement with the buyer, sent it in, got it closed within the next 10 days. And went out. I did a video with him, took some picture with him, and we actually play another couple game of pool. Before I said a goodbye to the seller. But that was actually very, very memorable. I actually really like to play pool, and he also likes to play pool. So, and then when we sat down, we started to talk, we started to tell stories. We pretty much connect on the first day. I pretty built the relationship and connect with the seller on the first day. But anyways, you guys, that's it. Any questions you have, drop it in the comment. Let's get it answered. That was a genius. You know, to be honest with you, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave without the signed contract. So I was going to do whatever. I was going to do whatever it takes. I wasn't going to leave. I wasn't going to let him think about it. Because at the time, I can kind of felt the tension from him already that he wants to get this. So you guys got to understand, you know, and it's going to be through experience, but you got to be able to feel the seller over the phone or meeting him in person, and then being able to think quickly and maneuver and know what you need to do to get this deal done. So at the time, I knew that I can see it in his face. I can hear it in the tone of his voice that he really just want to get this done, but he just doesn't want to come down anymore because he felt like, you know, he's giving in. So I decided, you know what? What's more fair, instead of paper, scissors, rock? I almost said, hey, let's do paper, scissors, and rock. I almost said, let's do paper, scissors, and rock. But I was like, okay, well, you know, and then for some reason, the game of pool came up. So that was a lot better than paper, scissors, rocks. He probably think I'm not, he probably think I'm a joke or something. Do paper, scissors, rock. Jack Tan, good job. Hey, thanks. However, in this case, sounds like the agent's buyer is trying to make all the money in this deal. Well, the thing is, Jack, you know, a lot of times is, you know, it's you know, when the buyers buy a piece of property, they're putting a lot of money up, and they're pretty much putting a lot of risk up, right? So a lot of times, you know, it's like the number got to work for them. Yeah, I think the agents end up making about, he put about 5 to 10, and then he ended up making about 40 on this deal. But he has to list the property, and it sits on the market for about 45 days or so. So for me, it's like, you know, whatever number works for the buyer, and if we can come back and we can negotiate and make it work for the seller for us, then that's all that matters. Because I was on the other side of the table where I was buying it, fix it, and rehabbing it. And you guys, there's just a lot of risk involved, all right? A lot of risk involved in it. So a lot of times, you know, I understand that on the buyer side where it got to make sense for them, where it got to be worth it for them, right? So he's putting up a lot of money to buy this property, so he got to make sure it's worth it for him. Can you do wholesale foreclosure, Ruben? Sure, I can do that. But Ruben, I want to let you know this. The foreclosure deal, the foreclosure was back in 08, 09, 010. That's when you can buy stuff, you know, that are bank owned at the auctions or listed on the market, or you connected with an REO agents that work directly with the bank, and you can get deal. But nowadays, those foreclosure, you guys, are really, really slimming down. Can you find deals? Yes. Most people said, you know, you can't find deals on Craigslist no more. You can't. There are people still finding deals from Bandit Sign, from Craigslist, from for sale by owner, from property that are listed on the MLS. But I'm just saying those are just a little bit harder and tougher to find now. All right, on Craigslist, obviously everybody's targeting them. For sale by owner, everybody's targeting them. So you are competing with a lot of people. right? And then now auctions and foreclosure are very, very slimming down. And I know other investors that's all they did, right? And they were making bank back in 08, 09, 010. And then when everything started to shift, now they have to go out there and hunt for their own deals. The guy was now only doing, 2 or 3 rehabs a year, and he's calling me. He said, Kong, how do you find all these deals? I don't know how to find. I say, dude, you got to market. Because he doesn't know how to talk to the seller, etc. So he doesn't know how to talk to the seller, etc. So he doesn't know how to find off-market deals. All right. So those foreclosure bank owned are really narrowing down, and it's really hard to find really, really good deal to actually wholesale them. All right. True North Real Estate Investment LLC. I was wondering, have you finished the wholesaling document package? Dude, I'm working on it. I gotta say, I'm actually working on it, and hopefully I'll be able to get it wrapped up and get it done for you guys within the next week or two. Finger crossed, I'll do my best. But to me, honestly, you guys, and I will say this when it's all done. Only purchase it. There's no refund, no exchange, no refund, no exchange, no nothing. You have to be able to commit, all right? So don't buy it unless you are committed to this business and committed to succeed in this business. But don't buy it if you're not committed, all right, you guys? Because to me, success is like a marriage. You have to be able to commit, all right? And if you are committed to it, I promise you, this is everything that you need to be able to go out there and get and start wholesale and start getting your first wholesale deal done. And it's something where you can actually pass on to your team and other people that's going to come onto your team, because you have the script, you have the purchase and sale agreement. I'm putting everything together. That's all you need. The only thing I don't do on there is basically marketing. And you guys, marketing, to be honest with you, marketing is more about consistency. All right, people talk about lists and this and that, all kinds of lists, but it's more about consistency. And even if you target a vacant property or out-of-state owner or probate, but guess what? If they don't have equity in the property, if they owe what the property's worth, or they owe more than what the property's worth, or if they only have 10 or 20,000 in equity, how are you going to make it work? So pretty much the list, no matter what, they have to have equity in the property's work, all right? So hopefully that makes sense, you guys. Once again, you guys, I am sorry. Jin, you're right. My battery's overheating because the sun is hitting straight at my phone. I actually have a subscriber that comments, and it's so funny. And he said, Kong, I love your channel, but man, your signal sucks. And I gotta say, I agree, and I apologize. But anyways, I'm gonna answer Troy's question here. Troy, what wholesale contract do you use? Do you have a video on that? I'm new to the channel. Troy, welcome to the family. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to your journey. Welcome to the hustle. Welcome to the grind. I actually don't have a video on it, but I do have a contract that I'm going to use, and I'm going to put everything into this package, you guys. I put everything into this package, and I'm going to do a video on each and every single one of them. Walk you guys through the contract that we actually use between us and the seller, walking you through every single step to actually help you fill it out. And then the assignment contract, I'm gonna walk you through how to fill it out. And then the purchase and sell contract between you and the end buyer when you do a double closing, to how to fill it out. And then I'm gonna walk you through the rehab calculator, and also the ARV calculator that we actually use to give us a rough estimate of what the rehab cost would be. All you do is punch it in; it spits a number back out for you. I'm also gonna go through the addendum contract, where let's just say you have a contract between you and the seller, or you and the end buyer, and then in the middle you have to make some changes, as in like maybe the closing date or maybe the price. All you do is send out the addendum to them, have them initial. You send it to your title company or your attorney, and that's it. You don't have to cancel the contract, or you don't have to rewrite the contract all over again, all right? And I'll walk you guys through it and show you guys, and I'll do a video and show you guys exactly how to do it. So don't worry about that. And also too, most importantly, it's obviously the script that you're going to talk to the seller, incoming call. I'm actually going to tell you line per line how I say it, how I come back, how I handle their questions, or if they answer any question you don't know, how I come back and how I say it, etc. And then the script, the most important, the script between you and the seller, when you make them the initial offer over the phone. The thing is, when you tie property up on the contract over the phone, you guys, you gotta be able to talk in a certain way, or ask the question, or how to handle their questions in a certain way to give the seller the peace of mind and the trust to go ahead and sign this contract over the phone, electronically, and send it back to you. That's the key. Okay. What up with the stream? What up with the stream today? It's keep freezing up. Maggie, that's totally my fault. I'm completely sorry. Miggy, I'm sorry, Miggy. So basically, we had a subscriber on the channel, and he actually commented really funny. It cracked me up. He said, Kong, I love your channel, but man, your signal and your stream sucks. How much equity is worth it? 20%, 30%? Typically, we send them out to about, I think, at least 60. They got to have at least. So basically, you got to get under contract for 30% or less. So basically, we try to target anybody have at least 40, 50, or 60%, and of course, all the free and clear. Out of states or in states, all right? Out of state owner or even in state owner, as long as they have equity in the property, we're gonna hit them. And you hit them every single month for 6 months in a row, and then you switch the list, and then you hit another county for 6 months, then you come back to that area again. And then you want your list to come out every single week and be consistent. Set follow-up, you guys. Very, very important for the follow-up. Do you normally make any offer on a house if it's not vacant? Do you make a normal offer? Do you normally make an offer on a house if it's not vacant? Yes, we make offer on every single house that the seller calls in and wanted to sell. When marketing, do you send the whole list every week, or divide and send 25% of the list for each? So you divide the list up. So if you, let's just say if you got 1,000 name divided by 4, and then so you send them out per week. That way you don't send them out all 1,000 at the same time, and then you get a bunch of call, and then you couldn't handle all the call, or too much call coming in, and then you won't send your next marketing until next month, and then you end up sitting a week or two with no phone call. That happens to me when I first started. Dolores Becker, when talking to realtor, how much equity in property? When talk to realtor, well, you can ask them that. You can ask them, hey, does the seller, is there a mortgage on the property? Do they owe any money on the property? How much they owe, etc. You can ask the agent that, and some agent will give it to you. Some will not, but you just let them know, and you just make an offer with them. And just let them know, I don't want to waste your time or our time. If there's really no equity in the property, there's really no reason for us to be able to buy the property, because as an investor, we need to make some kind of a gain when we buy. So, sometimes... any other question, you guys? Any other questions? Troy, happy Friday. Dolores Becker, happy Friday. You guys, thank you so much for everyone that are able to join me live. I truly appreciate it, you guys. And getting your guys' comment is what pushes me to like, hey Kong, do another video. Hey Kong, do another video, because I get email from you guys that's saying how much the channel helped you guys out, etc. And so and hearing all the kind words and all the nice things that you guys gotta say is truly it's truly fulfilling. Another good one, man. Have a great Friday. Be lack. Happy Friday, man. Have a good one. How many websites do you use? Buyer, sellers, lender. Buyer, seller, lender. I'm not sure what you mean. So, Miggy, I'm not sure what you mean, but we only have one website, and that's to collect motivated seller. And I know that are people out there that have another website that collect buyers, but we don't have that yet. We just have, because right now our list is, we have a very good list. So, but eventually I'm probably going to start that site soon. But that's not good. I should need to do it ASAP. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for every one of you guys who are able to tune in. I apologize for the disconnect, for the connections, etc. So I'll see you guys on this Sunday. If you guys can, join me 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, where I'll do a Q&A this Sunday. And I do it every Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard if I can. All right? Thank you, you guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys this Sunday. Bye.